So I was in Japan last year with my family, and one of the things that struck me the most was that very small kids could travel alone, unattended, because their society is different there. It's actually much more safer, I would say. Because here in Canada, I don't know what's going on anymore. So meet Minaj G. I can't even say his last name, so I'm not even going to try. But this guy, who is a Brampton real estate agent, was caught 6.5 hours north in Thessalon abducting a 9-year-old boy into his car. He lured him with a fidget spinner and offered to buy him ice cream. He took him out for ice cream and took a bunch of photos with him while he was there. Now, the kid gave him his address, and when Minaj drove him there, he drove past the home and he continued to drive further. Fortunately, the father found him, took him out of the car, and there were other witnesses at the ice cream store. They also contacted the police to notify because something seemed very suspicious. The next day, they arrested Minaj, and he ended up going to court. Now, the messed up thing about this case is Minaj claimed that, oh, it was a cultural misunderstanding and that back home, this was okay. However, the courts ruled that out because he's been here for 12 years. He should know better. And obviously, that's not a very convincing reason to do so. But the thing that's really messed up, the lawyer for Minaj was requesting that the courts lower his sentence because if the sentence was too harsh, then Minaj would risk deportation. I don't even understand why stuff like this is even discussed. Why should the courts be concerned about deporting someone who are committing crimes like this? You're luring a child, you're taking photos of them, and then you try to blame that it's just a cultural misunderstanding. You know, if I went to another country and I committed any crimes like this, they wouldn't be concerned whether I would get deported from that country. They would just say, hey man, you commit these things, get out of here, and you're no longer welcomed in this country. Fortunately for this case, the judge sentenced him 18 months in prison and a few other things, and because of that, he'll probably risk deportation. But there are other cases where the judges lowered the sentence to avoid deporting people. Now, for me, why even bother with 18 months? Why are we even spending tax money on this? We should just deport people like this. Because, again, if you're going to break the rules, if you're going to do stuff like this, essentially no reason to keep a person here like that. I find that it's only in Canada where victims come second.